Hello everyone, welcome to EduTap. So in today's session, we are going to understand a very important news article that the NITI Aayog has proposed for the full stack digital banks. So what is the meaning of this and why the NITI Aayog has proposed for this? We will understand all in today's session. So before starting with the news article, please subscribe to our YouTube channel if you are new to the channel, and please join our Telegram channel for the PDF of this session, and you can get the link of the Telegram channel in the description box below. So now here is the question in front of you, and such kind of question can come from this session or from this news article, that the NITI Aayog has released a discussion paper seeking comments regarding the digital banks. So what is the title of the discussion paper? This is a very direct and easy question that you can easily solve by the end of the session, and other questions can be about the important things that are in the discussion paper, that you have to find the correct or the incorrect statement regarding the discussion paper. So we will discuss all about the discussion paper. We will discuss all about the full stack digital banks in this session. So now starting with the news article, the NITI Aayog has floated the idea of the full stack digital banks. So what this full stack digital banks are? See, these are the online banking system. They are providing the banking system through the online platforms. They are providing for the opening of the account. They are making the loans through the online system. They are taking the deposits through the online internet system. So that are the online or the digital banks. So until now, what system do we have? Until now we had the front end only neo banks. Okay, these are the banks that do not have their entity as a loan. They have to partner up with the traditional bank in India, or they have to partner up with the physical bank of India that has a license. For example, Jupiter is a neo bank that has partnered up with the Federal Bank in India, and Federal Bank is the one that is a traditional bank with license. Okay, as well as Five Money is also a neo bank. It has partnered with Federal Bank also, and Federal Bank is the one that is the traditional bank that has the license. So new banks has to partner up with the incumbent licensed bank in India to provide their services to the consumers. Then only they can provide their services to the consumers, and they take the help, or they whatever they are making the loans and taking the deposits, they have to show it in the balance sheet of the traditional bank. So these are the neo banks that do not have their identity as a own. They are the front end only. That is, they do not have their own identity. They have to partner up with the traditional bank. But now the NITI Aayog has recommended, or it has proposed, that we should have a full stack licensed digital bank, that these entities are fully functional banks. Okay, they have their own license, that's why they are called licensed digital banks, and they do not have to partner up with any traditional bank. They will be an entity on their own, and they will be regulated by the banking regulator, that is RBI in our country, Reserve Bank of India, and they can issue the deposits and make the loans, and all will be shown in their own balance sheet and not the balance sheet of any traditional bank. They will have their own balance sheet on which all the deposits, all the transactions will be shown. So this is the difference, that what we had before, the front end only neo banks, and what we are moving towards, we are moving towards the full stack licensed digital banks. So I hope you have understood the difference between the two. Now moving towards the main news article, that the NITI Aayog has floated the idea of the full stack digital banks. Okay, for this a discussion paper has been released by the NITI Aayog for the comments, and the name of the discussion paper is the Digital Banks, a proposal for licensing and regulatory regime for India. See, whatever the traditional banks are in the country, there is a regulatory regime for them. There is a licensing system for them. Similarly, we need a licensing system. We need a regulatory regime for the digital banks. Then only they can be possible in the country. So for this, a possible action plan to make such banks or digital banks a reality has been released, that how the licensing system should be, how the regulatory regime should be. So for that, a possible action plan has been made by the NITI Aayog in the discussion paper. And the DBs, that is the digital banks, will principally rely on the internet. Of course, they are digital, so they will be working through the online platform, through the internet and other proximate channels to offer their services. So they will be working through different channels through the internet to offer the services. And digital banks have been defined in the Banking Regulations Act of 1949. We just need now to have the licensing and the regulatory regime to establish the digital banking system into India. Okay, so now what is this system that we need for the regulation or for the licensing? So licensing system that has been told by the Niti Aayog that this we can do. So first we need a restricted digital business bank license. That is, the digital banks that want to open up in India, they will be given the license for the restricted domain. That is, they will be working under the regulatory sandbox. That is, they will be tested under this sandbox where there is a controlled environment by the RBI. That is, the digital banks will have to work under this restricted controlled environment, and then they will be given the license for the restricted area only, restricted value only, restricted consumers only they can reach to. Then if they work they have the satisfactory results, then the RBI can remove the restrictions one by one or slowly, and then they can have the full stack business bank license if the RBI feels that they have worked in a good way, and they can have the full stack, that is a particular license to work in the whole of India. So then they will have the full stack business bank license. So in the starting they will have a restricted license where they will be under a regulatory sandbox in a controlled environment to work, and then after that, if they are working satisfactorily, then the full stack business bank license will be given to them, so then they can work, they can provide the services to all the consumers of the country. So the prudential and liquidity norms will be on par with the commercial banks. Okay, so the liquidity norms that goes within the commercial banks and the traditional banks, those will be same for the digital banks also. As well as the minimum paid up capital is also told that the minimum paid up capital that is needed for the restricted license will be proportionate to the status, that it will be proportionate to the status of the restricted digital banks. And in the case of the full stack business bank license, in this case, if they are becoming the full stack ones, they need the rupees 200 crore of the minimum paid up capital. Okay, that needs to be started, that needs the capital that needs during the start of any bank. So it should be rupees 200 crore when they have become the full stack business bank. Understood? Very easy, I must say. Only there is a two-stage process for the digital banks that they have to go through, and they have to have the minimum paid up capital. This is the regulatory system, some points of the regulatory system that you have to remember. So now, why do we need the digital banks? Now the question comes that why are we even talking about these digital banks? So first is that the Prime Minister of India or the government of India has been working for many years, 5-6 years it has been working to establish the financial technologies in our country. UPI has been established, different technologies related to finance has been established. So we want to become the global leader in fintech, and then that can happen only if we also establish the digital banks in our country. Okay, to become a global entity in the financial technology system, we need to establish the digital banking services. To do the financial deepening, see, we want all of the citizens of the country, we want to provide the financial services to all the citizens of the country, and we want to do the financial deepening of the services of the banking system, and that's why we need the digital banks, because we cannot make the infrastructure of a traditional bank to every village. That will need the building up of the making up of buildings and all, so that will be very costly, and that will be very hard to do. So with the digital banks, we can provide the services of the banking system, we can provide the services of the making of accounts, giving of loans through the internet only. We do not have to establish the buildings at every other village. So that the digital banks will help in the financial deepening to provide the services to the remotest of the areas. Credit gap. See, there is much credit gap because the traditional banks are not giving loans to all that needed, especially in the case of the MSMEs, that is the micro, small and medium enterprises. There is a huge credit gap. They are not getting the credit that they need. So through the digital banks, it is said that it will become easier for the credit gap to reduce, because the digital banks will be available to most of the citizens of the country, because they will be seeing the digital banks in their mobiles, and they can read and understand that what criteria they need to follow. So it will become very easy for the MSMEs and the other small entrepreneurs to get the credit, and the credit gap is expected to reduce. So this is the reason that why we want to establish, or the Niti Aayog has proposed for the digital banks. So the last one is, see, I told you that the global, we want to do the global, we want to become the global entity in the financial technology. So the India's public digital infrastructure, especially the UPI, the Unified Payment Interface, has been very successful. Okay, that is, how can I say it has become very successful? Because the UPI transactions have crossed the 4 lakh crore in value. Okay, so it was a very important initiative that was taken by the government, and it has become very successful in the digital platform. We want to convert our country into a digital economy, and so many steps has been taken by the government to convert into the digital economy, and the steps, the important steps has been become successful. So we are thinking to convert into the digital economy also, digital banks also, and that is also expected to be successful if we have the particular license and the regime, the regulatory regime. And while Aadhaar authentications have surpassed 55 lakh crore also. So it is like we were trying to build the UPI in the digital platform, so the payment system can be easy. The Aadhaar authentications has also seen such a high mark. So the digital things that were taken by the government has become very successful, and so we are thinking to go towards the digital banks also. So this was all about the discussion paper, that there is a 2-stage process for the licensing. First, it will be restricted in the regulatory sandbox for the it will be in a concentrated environment only. Okay, and then if they perform satisfactorily, the RBI will convert them into the full stack digital license system. So this is the question that the Niti Aayog has released a discussion paper seeking comments regarding the digital banks. Okay, it has discussed, it has consulted with eminent experts in different fields, and also the interministerial consultations were there. So what is the title of the discussion paper? You just have to see the digital banks. So the title of the discussion paper will be digital banks, of course, because the discussion is about the digital banks, and it is a proposal by the Niti Aayog for the licensing and regulatory regime, and this is for India. So this will be the correct answer. I hope you have understood the whole discussion paper, and you have understood the whole news article. Thank you very much. If you have any query, you can mail us here, or you can contact us through this number. Thank you very much.